Hi, this is Drew Erickson back again talking about money, not math. I've told you for a few reasons in the past because I have a lot of beliefs, but the primary beliefs are one, I believe most people love money but don't realize how often it doesn't work the same way as math. That's where I got the name money, not math. But two, the reason why I do all of this is because I believe hardworking Americans and hardworking people deserve to have more control of their financial future, not less. All right, and the way things are going, and often in many ways, the government and Wall Street is pretty much in complete control of our financial future. So I believe we deserve to have more control, not them. All right, so in today's conversation, when it comes to financial planning, there's really two areas of financial planning, or if you want to make it really simple. One, offense. Pretty simple, right? Make money, increase your revenue, savings, things like that. Two, defense. Protect yourself, right? So no good team in the history of any sport or probably any business is really elite without being good at both. Can't really do one without the other if you want to cover all your bases, so to speak. Kind of just mixed a bunch of sport metaphors there. On today's conversation, we're talking about some of the most common business planning strategies that business owners should or could consider implementing. All right, so and I'm talking about this because this morning for our Solid Rock Financial group, I don't know what we call general rounds meeting, I think is what we call it. We were fortunate enough to have one of our advanced planning strategists come in and talk to us about some different business planning things, and it really got the wheels turning in my mind, thinking about all the business owners I know and wondering how many of them actually are doing these things or are aware of their options. All right, so before I get into the different things that we're going to talk about today, for anyone's wondering why the bottom half of my face looks tan, the top half doesn't, I was fortunate enough to go. I was fortunate enough to go fishing up on Lake of the Woods with my cousin all weekend, and it was fortunately extremely sunny. Unfortunately, too sunny to not wear a hat or glasses, so hence the tanning difference. All right, so getting to today's conversation, like I said, we're talking about the most common advanced planning strategies for business owners. And I'm not going to hit all of them. I'm not perfect by any means. So if I miss anything, feel free to comment or reach out and let me know what I missed. But these are the big ones. So the guy we talked to broke them down in basically three categories of planning strategies or groups. We have key person insurance and like buy-sell agreements. All right, and these are what he deemed to be need to have planning for business owners. And the reason why people have these, so key person insurance is planning where if you want to have key people within your business that really wouldn't run the way it does without them, you can provide benefits to them individually without providing benefits to everyone, right? So let's say you own a restaurant, you have 2 or 3 managers that are extremely important. Not that all of your employees are important, but you have 2 or 3 managers you want to provide benefits for, different than everyone else that may be hiring and leaving every 6 months or so. Buy-sell agreements, these are extremely important in the case that if you want to get, let's say you have a business partner, just one, and you want to either get out of the business, sell the business, you're too sick or hurt or injured, so you can't run the business with them. It creates it decreases the friction of having to move on without you or them. Making sure that you can either keep it in your family or keep it within the business. It's really an agreement in place so that when an unexpected life event happens or someone chooses to get out of the business, there isn't this huge legal mess in trying to determine how you're going to pay for stuff and make sure you get all those things taken care of and really take care of your family and get rid of the headache that we all know can happen when it comes to moving on from your business, especially when there's a partner involved. You have employee benefits packages, and this is under the should have category. And employee benefits packages come down to health insurance, retirement options like 401ks, SEP IRAs, things like that, disability insurance, things like that. That depending on the size of your business, you should have to take care of your employees, but don't necessarily need to have if you only have 2 or 3 employees, not just the way your business is set up. Every business is different, but especially in today's world, it's a lot easier to keep employees if you provide those benefits, and not to mention they're probably a lot more thankful. So in the third group, which is good to have, right? You don't need it, Um, you don't, but it's good to have. All right. So these are executive fringe benefits. And this is what we talked a lot about today. So I'm just going to kind of briefly outline what we talked about because I definitely don't know everything, but I do know people who do. So if you have questions, please let me know. Um, there's executive bonus plans. So this is where they're simple, selective, and you get a current tax deduction. So if you like simple, you like to select which of your employees get what. Not everyone gets everything, and you want a current tax deduction. That might be a good option for you. The second would be they have split dollar plans. So if you're interested in a concept that doesn't provide a tax deduction necessarily this year, but it does allow you to get your money back after your employee leaves their position. So you provide a benefit, make them happy to stay with you, and get to recover all of your costs for that benefit once they leave. That could be a great option for you. And the third one we talked about was supplemental executive retirement plan, also known as SERP, also known as golden handcuffs. So this is where you can tell someone, if you stick with me for X number of years, I promise to pay you X dollars for 10 years. And if you leave early, they get nothing. The business owner keeps the money. And if they stay for the 10 years that you agreed upon, for example, then they get to keep whatever, however the agreement is funded. So those are just three things that are good to have. If you're looking for ways to get tax deductions, reward your executives, recruit new executives, or whatever it is, make yourself competitive in the business market that you're in. Executive fringe benefits may be for you, and that's where executive bonuses come in, split dollar contracts, supplemental executive retirement plans, and things like that. So the point is, when I was getting at this, I know I went through a bunch of details, but just to repeat myself, there's so many different options out there when it comes to planning offensive or defensively for the individual. And there's a whole nother subset when it comes to the business owner. So I just strongly encourage you to talk to someone you trust about your options on both sides, because even though it's extremely important to make sure your personal and business planning work together, they are different. So they can be approached with different strategies, making sure that there isn't too much overlap costing you money. All right, so that's it for today's conversation. Again, today's conversation was on business planning or business benefit planning. Please do let me know if you have questions. I really do appreciate anyone who takes the time to, of course, watch or listen to my conversations. I really appreciate it. But I also extremely appreciate even more those who are willing to like, share, or comment on my posts, because that is how it lets me know what you think, but it also makes sure that other people get to see the valuable information that you saw as well. So thanks again for your time. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully the weather stays sunny for a while longer so I can balance out this ridiculous tan. All right, bye.